Hi everybody, and welcome back to another season of Spurs Up on Capital City Sports. As always, alongside Matt Bumbaka, I'm Jack Taylor, and we're so excited to be here for the third season of Spurs Up. And we're back, and this week we are joined by Ian Neville. He is the president of the club football team here at South Carolina that is just getting started this year, so he's come on to tell us a little bit about the team. So Ian, for starters, how did you get involved with the team? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's funny how it happened. I was scrolling through Facebook one day and saw there was an interest meeting for the team. And so I went to Russell House to the meeting one night, and I was the only one there. Yeah, which was a little discouraging, and it ended up being the alumni who started the team originally who wanted to come back and coach. And they basically sat down with me and told me, we can't do this because we're not students, but if you want to take charge and take control of the team and bring it back to USC, we'll help coach and help you along the way.
So then from there, what did you have to do to kind of go about getting the team started back up again? Going through the school or recruiting kids? Tell us a little bit about the steps you had to take to get that going.
There were a lot of different steps that went into it. There was a lot of paperwork with the LSC over at Russell House, so much bureaucratic work.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, just recruitment. It's hard to get people away from intramurals and into club sports, first of all, but also towards a first-year team. There's not much confidence in the foundation. So it's hard to build that up, but it's coming together.
How did you convince guys and really recruit guys, get them to buy in to what you're doing and get them to join the club football team?
Well, our biggest market has been high school players that are just looking to play again. And when you tell somebody that they have a chance to hit someone again in pads, that usually gets them pretty excited.
That gets them going?
Yeah. So really the biggest step has just been seeking out high school players that want to play again. And once you get them joining, it gets other people joining. They see there's a bigger foundation there.
And you guys have fielded a pretty sizable team so far. I mean, definitely not to your goal, but you guys have fielded a team and practices have begun, correct?
Correct, yeah. We have about 20 to 25 players right now. We need more because I'm sure not all of those players are even going to be able to make all the games with school or traveling, who knows. But yeah, I'm surprised and very proud of what we've done with the team so far this year, and I'm looking forward to what we can do with all of our wins.
So you talk about the desire of getting to actually, hit people again. What did you have to go through to getting, your own pads, helmets, jerseys? Because I'm sure the school didn't really help you with that.
Yeah, there wasn't much funding help at all from the sports club office or anywhere in the school, unfortunately. So we had to have dues for the players, and again, with it being a first-year team, it's hard to convince people to drop money on something they don't know if it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually only recently started ordering pads, jerseys, and helmets, and ended up having to push back some of our games because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're getting everything in, I feel a lot more confident in how things are looking for the season.
How much are the alumni that first reached out with the Facebook post and the guys that you met when you went to that original meeting, how much are they helping you so far in terms of coaching, and how's practice really going?
Practice is going great. We're getting in a lot of good reps, already building some chemistry, and it feels like a brotherhood. My vice president, who couldn't be here today, keeps talking about how it feels like a fraternity, even though it's just another sports club team.
Yeah.
But the coaches have been great. They're showing up to every practice. They're texting me every day, asking if they can help out at all. And it's clear that they had a great time when they were here at USC, and they want to make sure other kids have that opportunity.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys have got a really strong foundation started, which is nice.
We do, and it's due in large part to their help.
Yeah.
And you're talking about your season, and traveling. Talk about your season, the teams that you have to face this year, because there are some bigger schools that have club football teams that you're going to face. So talk about, some of the teams that you're excited to play or some matchups that you're excited for.
Yeah, so as of now, the two games that we're most excited about is week 2, we're going to have a home game against the Florida Gators.
Nice.
Yeah, good matchup. And then the last game of the year is an away game against the Tar Heels, which is
Okay.
actually the first club football team that's ever been made.
Really?
Yeah. it's
UNC Chapel Hill?
UNC Chapel Hill.
Wow.
So there's a lot of history there. Apparently we were rivals when the team used to exist on campus.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, those are big name schools and it's going to be exciting. But for some of the smaller name schools, club football is their football team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be steep competition no matter what school we're going against.
Now, do you know when the club football team dissolved here on campus, and what really made you want to bring it back? What got you going?
I believe the team dissolved either in 2013 or 2014. And me, I never got to play in high school. And I have a dream of walking on and playing in Williams-Brice. And I couldn't think of any other way to get reps in pads, and so I thought I'll just make my own team. That way I'll get to play in pads. And I don't think I'm the only one on that team that shares that passion. And
I'm
that's,
sure.
Yeah, that's what's coming through and making the team happen.
Because it's so hard to try to even walk on or even think about walking on an SEC, football team, and one that's kind of on the rise, such as the Gamecocks are. So I definitely think that, a lot of your players are probably looking for that chance to prove themselves, because you can only do so much in flag football or, trying to get on the practice team or stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. And that's kind of what I'm hoping to do with the team, is kind of make it a proving ground so that you can try and walk on at USC.
So, and as far as the league that you're in and the division that you're in, how much have you had to interact with them so far, the whole overall club football league?
Yeah, we've had a lot of interaction with the league itself, but not so much with the conference. There's a lot of mystery when it comes to our opponents. We're not sure what we're going up against roster-wise, personnel-wise, which is both exciting and scary. But the league has been really cooperative. They're happy to have us back in the league, and I think it's going to be a good season.
That's great. How many teams are in the league?
I believe there are 24 teams.
24, that's a
Yes.
big league.
Yeah, it
and there's
is.
only 6 games in the season.
Correct.
You said that your first game is going to be September 29th?
September 29th, yep. We're going to be playing UNC Greensboro at home at the Green Street Fields across from Colonial Life.
Okay. And so you talk about some of the other club teams we have here at South Carolina. Some of the wigger teams, like say Club Lacrosse, where they get a lot of fans going out there to Bluff Road, and then even on the smaller side, like Club Hockey, they play out of the Plex, but they still get a good amount of fans. So what are you planning to do to try to get fans to come out? Because like the game against Florida, that's a big one. If you had a good fan presence there, that'd be insane. And obviously the Green Street Fields don't really leave a lot of room for fans to go there, not a whole lot of bleachers. But even at Bluff Road, I remember when I last went there were people just standing on the sidelines.
Yeah, you could get a ton of people just standing out there and spectating.
So what are your plans to kind of formulate that?
Yeah, so we do have a hope of getting a lot of people out there, because anytime it's a home game, if you can create an atmosphere that's pumping up your team, it's going to make it harder for the opposition. Really, we're just planning to coordinate with the school and try and get flyers out. We're talking with the sports club office to try and get some food trucks out there on Green Street to kind of incentivize people to come out there, get some food, watch football. But also scheduling-wise, we're just trying to work around the D1 games so that, say, our game would be on a Sunday when we play at
and you
home
guys
on a
don't
Saturday.
conflict. Yeah.
Yeah, so that people get football all weekend.
That's
Yeah.
great.
So is there a set time that you do have to play your games, or is it kind of fluid?
It's kind of fluid. We have the weekend of scheduled as
Okay.
of right now, and except for our first game, we haven't honed down on a specific date. So we're pretty flexible with the schools, trying to figure out when it'll work for both of us.
That's great. How excited are you for the first game? And give us a little insight into the game plan that you guys have coming up for this first game.
Yeah, so I'm extremely excited to play UNC Greensboro, because just as we don't know much about them, they have no film or anything on us.
Exactly.
So the expectations are very high. I think we're going to end up taking home a win week 1, because our game plan is kind of keeping things vanilla, keeping it simple. But at the same time, I think we have the personnel to make something special happen, even with just sticking with the fundamentals.
And you guys really plan on taking that advantage of not being around for some time and being completely new and kind of shocking UNC Greensboro in that opening game.
Yeah, we do. We kind of hope to play that to our advantage. Keeping it simple makes it seem like we don't know what we're doing. And we're going to slowly ease into mixing it up and play that to our advantage all season long.
You're going to try to hustle them.
Exactly.
All right, well, Ian, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for coming on. And remember, y'all, to check out their first game, September 29th, you said?
Yep, September 29th.
UNC Greensboro out at Green Street Fields. And until next time, South Carolina,
Spurs up.